And my brother, her brother had to go to the house and get the axe and cut that turtle's head off to get her finger out.
I wonder if
Sounds like something happened with
you reckon you might have inherited some of that from
You may
her?
have got some of that from her brother.
Came on down through the
They
generations.
don't pay on food turtles.
Come on down, down. Yeah. But anyway, let's see if I can name her brother.
Yeah, name them. We need
Let's
to
see,
know
her
that.
oldest brother was John, George, Bud, what his name was, they called him Bud.
Probably William.
Yeah, and Cal
Waters, right?
Cal Waters. And is that 4?
How many were there?
There was 4 or 5, or 6 of them.
What about Zach?
Zach and Jack.
They were twins, right? No?
Zach never did marry. He was
He
an
was
old
pretty
bastard.
smart fellow, wasn't he?
He was pretty smart. He never
Might
did.
let my eye rest here in a minute.
Well, you can just hold it and then
Yeah,
you just
it'll
kind
keep recording if you had a tripod.
If you don't move it.
I wish we had your tripod down here.
You got one?
Kenneth said it'd help us so much.
Well, maybe we
Could
can
you
do
go
it.
get it?
We can do it tonight.
And I
doubt
needed
it,
you to make
think.
sure I had the film in there right. I've got it where the arrow goes straight down. Is that right?
Well, you can clean it.
Well,
Well, let's see. That was 5 brothers, wasn't it? John and George.
It makes
And
one
Zach
eye seem
and Jack.
blurry when I hold
Oh,
it
and
up.
Bud and Cal. Why, that
It'll
was 6
go away.
boys.
Mine
That
did.
was 6 brothers.
Yeah.
I know this, that
You want-
Well, probably lots of people may see this in the future. What would you tell the kids about kids when you were little?
Well,
Would you?
I would say this. Always do like the Bible says. Honor thy father and mother, that thy days may be long on this earth. I always tried my best to honor my father and mother, and I loved them. And of course, you know, as a child and a human being, you're going to disobey some, because you wouldn't get a whipping on if you didn't. But anyway, my advice would be to honor your father and mother, and to stay busy, and always, you know, be going about as Christ was when he was here on earth. Doing good to somebody else. And, one of the main things, we had to respect older people. If we forgot to say Mr. or Ms., we had to go back and say it. My dad would say, you go back and put Mr. or Ms. or Uncle or Aunt onto that. We had to redo the sentence. And respect. They taught us to have respect for age, older people. And my daddy would make us call our cousins. We didn't stop at third and fourth cousins. We'd go even further back from there. You know, I mean, nowadays children don't hardly even know their first cousins, but we were taught to love our families. It was another thing. Yeah, we were taught to love our families and to respect one another. You know, of course, sometimes we'd get in little fights. I never will forget my growing up, me and Bessie had the hooping cough together. And we'd sit on that quilt. You know, my mama made a lot of quilts. And we'd sit on that old quilt and we'd hoop and we'd holler and we'd cough and sometimes we'd get a little, you know, aggravated at each other.
A little mouth?
Like, there was just 3 years.
You ever call each other names?
Me and Bessie. Yeah, sometimes we.
You do? Well, what would y'all call each other?
Oh, I'll have
Your
to
daddy
give
had
you
those
the
pet names.
nicknames that Fletcher named his. The nicknames he named his 4 sisters. Cola was named Jolly. Peacey was nicknamed Jeek. Bessie was nicknamed Chatty. And I was nicknamed Dooner.
Why?
That was just, he nicknamed everything. Even till he got so many cows, he couldn't. He nicknamed everything. Who in the family does that?
Jolly G. What?
Jolly. Cola was nicknamed Jolly. Peacey was nicknamed Jeek. Bessie was Jatta. And I was Dula.
Where you got some names from?
I I don't know where in the world he got their names.
I don't know.
But
Right
we
now,
always
that
go
they
down there
names
and he'd cut our hair, and one time he cut a pure little hunk out of my ear. You can see it right now.
Who
He
cut
just
your hair?
Fletcher and always keep our hair. Those
Well,
girls' haircut.
what?
You know, 'cause we couldn't afford a beauty shop, so. But
Well,
he liked to cut a pure little plug out of my ear one day. The scars.
did he live down at his house then? Or?
They live down there. Y'all can't, Jane and Ken, they can remember going in through a gate and going back in a pasture back there where they lived.
It seems like I can.
Vaguely
They
remember
do something.
I imagine you just
I
vaguely
can
remember.
barely remember.
Yeah.
But what is the earliest, youngest of anything you can remember about your growing up?
Anything
The very
I remember?
earliest you can
Memory.
think.
My memory.
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, I can remember being carried to church mighty early.
Tell me something
Just my
about
dad
that.
would hold my hand when I wasn't looking but and my mom a lot of times she'd stay home and cook for people, She just Lord, she had my daddy bring
Where'd y'all go to church?
Union Hill Free Will Baptist is where I
But
went.
your daddy took you to church more than
Yes,
you
sir.
Can you
I'd
remember
go-
what happened at church back
Yeah,
then?
well, and that'd be a long story. We'll just have to tell that.
Well, I've got this tape for when you were young now.
Yeah, let's see.
What kind of games did you play?
Well,
With all that many youngins, you must have done something.
we'd get out in the yards and play, and at our house would be the meeting place for the whole community, the young ones. And we'd play things like hopscotch and Indian. We'd divide sides, and one would run, and they'd say, let's see, how many? Let's see, goosey gander. What you got yonder? And we'd say, more than you catch you one grab. And we'd keep running from one side to the other. And when you catch everyone on one side, that's the one that won the game. Oh, we just had a lot of games like that. And we played ball.
Did you
in
ever
our
make
front yard.
Did you ever make a fireball?
Oh, every
Tell
Christmas.
about that.
Every Christmas.
Tell about it.
They would twine into balls. That was about all the fireworks we had.
I can remember them myself.
Yeah. And soak them in kerosene.
Sounds like a bomb to me.
Yeah.
And
We'd soak them in kerosene and light them
And what happened?
and throw them.
you'd divide up, half would get on one side of the house and half on the other. Throw them to each other, yeah.
Throw them to each other with
That
them.
sounds dangerous.
Needless to say, you threw them back pretty
Well,
quick.
what you